Hello everyone and welcome to Building the Exocet. It has been a long time since I have posted a video, but I thought I'd do a quick kind of update on this year, what I'm going to be doing with the cars, and kind of some of the changes I made and things like that. Tomorrow actually is the first practice session of our first race of the season down here in Southern Oregon. So I figured we just kind of quickly go over the car, what I've done to it, make some new introductions to the new A-Mod car, and go from there. So basically nothing's really changed with the Exocet. I mean, a lot of you guys know this car. A lot of you guys have watched the videos of me building it. No surprise what it is. So it's about a 220 wheel horsepower, turbocharged, Miata-based kit car. Weighs about 1,600 pounds. I've done really not much in the way of motor modifications over the season. It's pretty much stock, just kind of changed some plugs, did some cleaning, did some checking. I have gotten a minor rear main seal leak. Of course, that happened about 4 or 5 months after I got a new transmission, so probably next month I'm going to be pulling that off again and pulling that out and redoing that seal. Everything else pretty much same. The major change for this season is I went to a full straight pipe exhaust here. So before I had this large turbo muffler, I went ahead and got rid of that. Mainly, one, it was just way too quiet. Two, the other thing that happened was the turbo muffler was so heavy that literally going around the corners and the G-forces, no matter what I did, the hangers would not hold it and it would eventually rattle off. So this is the old exhaust that I had built with the turbo muffler. As you can see right there, that's where it's been banging around and hitting the ground. And yeah, so I have this Marmon joint right here that's just basically right, probably can't see in the light, but right under there, right at the axle, right before the axle. And I basically just made this new straight pipe. Gives the car a lot throatier sound. I really like the sound of that. It's a lot lighter. I probably lost about 15 pounds off of losing that muffler and going to a little simpler tubing there. Inside, everything's basically the same. So not much has changed. Still running about, I got a 2560R Garrett turbo on there, stock motor, just re-ringed, and I'm running about 10 PSI on the motor. So I'm probably in the 2 to 220 wheel horsepower range, which right now is just about right. As you can see right here, these are Nankang Aero 1s. They've been a decent tire for the price. You can see the mud on them. Whit decided to try rally crossing, I guess, at the last autocross. She went off the track a couple times in the mud. But yeah, so these are kind of, this year, the big switch is we're heading over to the 245 Hoosier A7s. These are brand new, just basically got a quick scrub session on them. What I went ahead and did on these is I ran them around my block a few times on my street and then took them off, let them rest a few days. Then I did 2 back-to-back, about 10-lap runs. Or I should say, back 5-lap runs. So I got about 10 laps on these, about 8-9 minutes of a heat cycle. And then I've taken them off, bagged them, and just unwrapped them now. So this next, tire temps are pretty good. I've actually switched up in my front here. I went to 2¼ degrees of negative camber in the front and then only went to an 1/8 inch toe out. And then I still have basically about a 16th inch toe in the rear, and I'm about 1⅓ degrees of negative camber. Right now, the front camber, according to my tire temps, I'm pretty good. I've been running 21 PSI up here and 19 in the rear. I'm probably gonna go to about 22 in the front and then stay at about 19 in the rear. according to my tire temps. But I probably need, the camber in the front's probably just about optimal for this, maybe a little bit more. Then in the back, I'm probably okay, but I could probably run a little less if I can. So we'll see how that is. I'm stock arms, everything like that. Suspension is just the Flying Miata's VMAX coilovers, so they're non-adjustable. I mean, height adjustable, but non-adjustable on the dampening. 2 weeks ago, early March, we were about 50-degree ambient temp outside, which is pretty low. These Nanking street tires, I think they were very cold, but I think 48.7 was my quickest time on them. And then once I switched to the Hoosiers, I think on my 5th lap, and I wasn't even going that hard, I think on my 5th lap I got about a 46.5, so almost about a 46.7 maybe. So it was around about 1.82 second difference is all I recall. I got the log somewhere, but almost a couple second difference just going to these tires and learning them. But there's probably about a 45 to 46 second lap in these tires later on this summer. I was only getting them up to about 120 to 125 degrees, so they were in their operating temperature, but really, a little bit more. I think I got a little more stick, and then just trying to find the right braking points. It's kind of amazing how far you can dive into the corner of these, and they will actually grab and not just slide like the Nankings will. So the other thing real quick here, this is not the introduction video for Mario Kart, in case you guys have seen my Instagram posts, but this is kind of just here's what it is, here's what I bought real quick. This is nicknamed Mario Kart. This is an A mod from the east or northeast of the US. It was built in about 1980. It weighs about 1,100 pounds. It has a 13B carbed rotary with a Weber 48 IDA carb on it. Is built by Pineapple Racing in Portland, Oregon. Custom built motor. It runs about 300 wheel horsepower or so in its current status. It has immense downforce, as you can see up here, just insanely large wings. Was basically built originally, and it was a hill climb car, and this car would actually beat some older Indy style cars and F1 style cars in the hill climbs. It was so fast. So this thing's going to be crazy. It's got 13-inch wide Avons in the back, 10 or 11-inch wide Avons in the front. Yeah, a lot of weight. It's got a 4-speed VW transmission. I'm trying to think what else. Out of VW bus. Everything's been built on this car. I picked it up for a steal. It's going to be an absolute blast this summer. So anyways, we're going to do another video kind of introducing this car later on. I just want to give you guys a quick look. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get the slicks on this car, and I'm going to get it in the trailer, and I'll start shooting some more video tomorrow of what's going to go on at the track this weekend, and we'll kind of get some practice sessions, get some data, some G-forces, see how the slicks work, and then I'll let you guys know how I do at the race. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Sorry it's been so long since I posted. Just moved into my new house, new shop, and hopefully a lot of cool things to come in the future. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you.